Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. Today's episode is called New York and California Have Now Become Real-Life Zombie Movies. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Now, let's get started. New York and California have now officially become zombie movies. What is interesting about that statement is that it's not an exaggeration. It's not hyperbole. Many parts of New York and California have now literally become indistinguishable from the zombie movie sets we've seen in so many movies and TV shows in the past. In fact, the deterioration of those two states has become so dramatic that they're actually helping movie and TV producers save money by no longer needing to create and build fake zombie movie sets for their shows. All they need to do is to send out a film crew to a location in one of those cities and states, and they can literally use it as a very believable zombie movie background for whatever film they're producing. And the reason that is possible is because it's much cheaper to pay homeless people and drug addicts to appear as extras on the set of their film than it is to build an entire new zombie movie set from scratch. Much cheaper. The poor people in that area will enjoy making the money as they work on the film, and the producers will enjoy saving a ton of money by not having to build a real set for their movie. So this option benefits everybody. And to be honest, visually and aesthetically, there are some locations in New York and Los Angeles that are actually worse than many of the fake zombie movie sets we've seen in past films. That's because when you go to these areas, the gunfire you hear in the background is real and potentially life-threatening. In fact, if you don't pay off the right gang members, the right gang leaders who control the area that you want to film in, then they may actually have someone attack you or shoot at you in real life in an effort to ruin your movie for not paying them. That's how serious some of these neighborhoods are in real life. Do you still doubt that the real locations look worse than the traditional fake zombie movie sets do? Then let me tell you something interesting. Do you know that the homeless and the drug users in San Francisco now generate and leave so much human waste and so many syringes on the sidewalks that the city has to hire a large dedicated team of public employees to come in and remove it each morning so that people don't slip and fall on it as they try to walk to work or to school. Parts of the city are like a skating rink, only instead of skating on ice, the people are skating and falling on human waste. If you send a camera crew down to Los Angeles and just film people trying to walk around all the debris without falling on it, that alone would be a comedy. It's amazing. Do you still think that categorizing New York and California as zombie movies is excessive? Well, then listen to this. Do you know what some of the biggest threats to life for most people in California and New York are now? It's ordinary people minding their own business, trying to walk to school or to work, and being attacked by mentally ill drug addicts with machetes, with hammers. Ball-peen hammers are really popular for some reason, as are machetes. Or they'll use their previously used syringes to attack or puncture you. And they'll do it for no reason at all. They don't have to ask you for money and hear you say no to attack you. They'll do it just because they don't like the way you look. In New York, people are being shoved onto subway train tracks and run over by the trains. Who's doing the shoving? Most of the time it's a homeless person or a mentally ill drug addict. Do you believe that? No? Then just go on social media and you can spend an entire day watching surveillance video footage of these attacks online. That's why so many people in the subways now stand way back and far away from the edge of the tracks just to make it harder for others behind them to push them in front of an oncoming train. Do you know what else is interesting about New York and California? Almost nobody dresses up in those states anymore. Almost no one puts on their best clothes, puts on a suit or a pretty dress when they go to work or they go elsewhere. Do you know why? Because they don't want to attract the attention of thieves, pickpockets, robbers, drug addicts, and God knows what else is creeping around the streets. The better you look, the more likely you will get robbed. This is just the new normal in those states. It's become so preposterous that many large banks and financial institutions on Wall Street are now advising their employees to come to work by dressing down and not attract any attention. The sloppier you look, the messier you look, the less likely you are to be attacked or killed. At least that's the belief of the management of these banks and financial institutions on Wall Street. Wearing an expensive watch or staring at your $1,000 iPhone is a great way to get robbed or assaulted or even killed. We recently watched some old dystopian horror movies. One was called Soylent Green with Charlton Heston, and the other one was called Escape from LA with Kurt Russell. And do you know what we saw? In many cases, in those movies, the real life New York and California of today were relatively indistinguishable from the way those cities were depicted in these classic old science fiction movies. That should tell you a lot. Thank you for watching. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel for free. You can also like, comment, and follow us. We're going to have a lot of great celebrity interviews coming up, so make sure to click on that notification bell so you can be notified every time we upload a new episode. Also, we ask that you post a link to today's show on all your social media to help spread the word. Thank you, and we shall talk to you soon. Bye-bye.